Hey guys, got the 2005 Polaris Sportsman 500 back in the garage. This right front CV boot is torn and got the replacement here. We're gonna try to see if we can get this on. All right, let's get started. There's our problem. And found this on Amazon. It's part number 195020. And that comes with the boot, got grease, and then 2 clamps. So first things first, we get this outer boot off. And I will put a link in the description for the boot. Alright, got this cotter pin to remove. Alright, up next we'll take this axle nut off. This 24mm socket seems to fit on there pretty good, so I'll go with that. Now you want to pound on this with a rubber hammer, get that broken loose. Just like that. Alright, we got this cotter pin out for this lower nut, and we use a 14mm socket to get it off. Okay, now that the nut's off, we need to get this separated, so I'm wondering if we can get a screwdriver in there and pry down. Maybe we'll try a block of wood and bang it with the hammer. Alright, got the lower control arm to break free. What it ended up doing was had this brass hammer and had Mrs. GW pound right here, and I took this big flat screwdriver from the other side and wedged it right here and pounded on that. So that's how I got it to break free. Alright, now let's see if we can get this out enough where I can get this axle out. And there we have it. So I was wondering if we'd have to take this tie rod end off, but we did not have to. So you can see the split right there. So I think the next step is let's just cut this off and see what we're dealing with. Okay, got some excess grease wiped up out of here, and now the goal is to get this end off. And I'm sure there's like a little clip in here, and I don't want it to come out of the differential end because I'm not replacing that boot, just this outer one. So maybe I'll try hitting this with the rubber hammer and see if that does the trick. Alright, let's try the brass hammer. Alright, I'm going to try resorting to this slide hammer, and all these attachments for this, it's the same thread as this axle. So like this piece here, this cone, I'm just going to put this on like that, and then use this 3-jaw and put it on the end. And I think I'm going to try holding it in while Mrs. GW does the slide action. So let's see how this works. Alright, so I'm gonna try holding these on here and kind of push this back and then go ahead. There we go. That worked. Awesome. That worked out pretty slick. So yeah, there's the little ring that holds it in right there. Alright, got this axle end cleaned up. And don't forget to put your clamp on. Slide this over. Alright, and we'll take the new grease and put it in here. We'll throw some grease in this boot as well. Should be plenty. Alright, so next step, let's see if we can get this back on here. There we go. Alright, got the small clamp on. Let's go ahead and get this other one on. Alright, we'll just go ahead and cut the end of that off. Alright, up next we'll try to get this back in, and probably should throw a little bit of grease on these splines. Alright, there it is. washer that goes on here. Let's put this nut on loose for now. Alright, get this lower control arm back on. So there's this rubber piece here that goes on first. Put a new cotter pin back in. Alright, got the wheel back on and set it down back on the ground so I can get this axle nut torqued. And from what I'm seeing online, looks like this should be 80 foot-pounds, so that's what we're going to go with. And I'll put the machine in park so it doesn't roll. Alright, there we go. And then we'll get a cotter pin in that too. Alright, that'll do it. Overall, it's not that bad of a job. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.